and blood tests to check for any heart muscle damage, which again, Your Honor, is all standard.
Madam, very kindly, as my Lord did direct, could we be pointed to specific parts of both the affidavit and the attachments that then align with what the good doctor is saying? My concern is one, we, by seeking clarification or extending beyond what is contained in this document, it then leaves us in a very precarious position.
I think that the doctor is here to give us expert evidence, and we must give him the room to give that evidence.
Yes. Can we clarify, my Lord, beyond that contained in the affidavit?
We know this.
Yes. My Lord, if I may assist the court.
Yes.
The issue being raised is we have a written affidavit, which is sworn testimony. Ordinarily, that would be the evidence. In the second issue is that it is trite that where a thing has been reduced to a document, in this case, the affidavit, and the annexures thereto, you cannot, under the guise of examination in chief, purport to add to subtract from, to contradict, or vary. Even if this witness were to spend 2 days here, offering these things now being called clarification, it's just a waste of your time. Section 99(1) of the Evidence Act says that evidence is inadmissible.
I've been submitted to make a very brief reply. The rule of objections, as I know them, is that you object to something, objection irrelevant, objection something. There's no specific objection. You're being told that the objections, without a proper basis, we kindly request you to order that the examination in chief proceeds and concludes very shortly. Then my learned friends would have their time to impeach and to do anything lawful with the witness on the stand. Thinking about it.
And as well, when you proceed with the latitude that those paragraphs in the affidavit gives you, and I think we must understand that we have an expert witness. There's a reason why we call him an expert. He has come to tell us something we may not know. Therefore, within that latitude, please proceed.
Thank you, my Lord. So, what you are in paragraph 6 of the affidavit?
That's the point. The things I've mentioned are in that affidavit: the ECG, for those who understand, electrocardiogram, the echo, and the blood tests. I've not gone outside that context.
Thank you. Please refer to paragraph of your affidavit and annexure marked DKG 3. Annexure marked DKG 3. Can you explain the timings reflected in those documents?
Your Honor, is that point number 8?
Paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 of the affidavit.
Yes.
Which talks on when you approximately met the first petitioner, DKG.
Mentioned earlier. That was on the day of admission, which we just clarified just now from my handwritten notes of the hospital notes, which was on the 17th of October 2024 at 3:05 p.m.
No, my Lord, now the witness is confirming why you are hearing objections. The witness is referring to his handwritten notes, which are not attached to the affidavit.
My apologies, Your Honor. I will not refer them again.
Okay, please refer to paragraph of your affidavit, and annexure DKG 3. That annexure is titled Discharge Summary.
I think you should have somebody to assist the doctor.
Yeah.
Let me know exactly what point you are on.
Yes. And there are timings mentioned in paragraph 4 of your affidavit, and there are timings indicated in the discharge summary. Could you explain those timings?
The date of admission, the date of discharge, would that be the issue? Your Honor, this is the day of discharge, the day of admission is the time that the patient was admitted to hospital. As I mentioned earlier, it's written here as 4:18 p.m. I would qualify that, Your Honor, that we must understand what admission date and time.
No, my Lord, that's exactly what the law says the witness can't do.
Yes, that one you can't do.
I can't explain.
You can't.
No, Your Honor,
What you should try to avoid is any interpretation of the document outside the document.
No problem. Admission time 4:18 p.m., 17th October 2024. Discharge 20th November 2024, 1:06 p.m.
Okay, under paragraph 4, there is a timing of 3 p.m. What transpired?
3 p.m. is the time of admission that the patient arrived in the hospital and was duly attended to.
Just a clarification. 3 p.m. and there is the 4:18.
That's what I was going to, and I was stopped from saying, Your Honor.
Please clarify those.
If I'm allowed.
What happened at 3 p.m.? What happened at 4:18
Exactly, Your Honor. That's the
My Lord, we still retain the objection. It is in black and white in the Evidence Act. If it is in the document, no amount from this witness can be admitted for purposes of adding to, subtracting from, clarifying, or all these things is now purporting to do.
Your Honor.
Let me repeat that, Your Honor, and because the times you've read them out, when did you see the patient? What time did you see the patient?
3:25.
4. As per paragraph 4 of your affidavit. What time did you see the patient?
3 p.m.
Okay. What time was the patient admitted to hospital?
At that time that I talked about.
Which was?
3 p.m. But on the paper here, and you must allow me to clarify, because you have to understand why that date is there, or that time is there. That's why we are here, to explain to you the discrepancy between 3 and 4. Your Honor, if you allow me, I have an answer to that.
Just answer what she asked you, what the counsel asked you.
Yeah. Answer. Proceed.
The discrepancy is because as one comes to hospital, that is not admission. Admission is when the technical details are entered in the admission papers after all other factors have been taken care of. Who is your insurance, who is paying, and then the accounts department will put that time as the admission time.
Okay, thank you very much.
If there's no cover for that, you will not be admitted, even if you have been seen.
Thank you, Dr. Now refer to paragraph 8. Paragraph 8 of your affidavit, and the annexure again marked DKG3, which is the discharge.
Your Honor, yes. On the first point that you raised, on the affidavit, we say he was discharged on the 20th of October, 2024.
Okay.
On this other, it says discharge date 20th November. There's no error in that. If Your Honor allows me, I can explain why that is so.
Please explain.
The answer is, again, discharge process in hospitals involve accounting. You must pay before you are discharged. And even if you have been discharged by the doctor and you haven't gone home and you have not paid your bill, you are technically not discharged. We call it an open bill. It's when you come and clear all your bills and everything else that you are technically financially discharged from hospital.
Thank you. Refer to DKG3, the annexure, which is a discharge summary, at page 4 of 4, who wrote the discharge summary? Who wrote the discharge summary? It's at page 4 of 4.
Your Honor, if you allow me, I have to define what we mean by writing a discharge summary. Because our hospital, current hospital, is a training institution. We have medical interns, we have medical registrars, we have junior consultants, we have senior consultants. And the typing of the discharge summary, printing on the computer, is done by either the medical officer, or the registrar, or the intern. In this one, it was done by Dr. Sarita. But the consultant overreads what has been seen there and signs that is correct. So it was prepared by Sarita, signed by me, Dr. Gachagua.
Okay, thank you very much. Still on page 4 of 4 of DKG3 annexure, which is the discharge summary, what did you mean by the follow-up, that ongoing review, follow-up?
I believe in medical terms, what we mean by follow-up when you are discharged from hospital is that although you have been treated, there are issues that need to be followed up. How are you faring? We actually, at the current hospital, we actually call patients at home and ask them, you were discharged last week, madam, how are you faring? But in more than that, we give you an appointment to come back, just to make sure what we did was correct and you are feeling better, and if anything needs to be done, and then most of the time, you actually need almost a lifetime follow-up.
Okay. Is the annexure marked DKG3 to your affidavit a true and accurate copy of the original discharge summary?
Your Honor, it is.
I'll go to the last bit. During the period the first petitioner was under your care, what communication, if any, did you receive regarding his condition from anyone?
Well, Your Honor, there are always follow-up calls from relatives, parents, and friends. And in this particular case, Your Honor, I must be honest enough to specify that I did receive a call from our president asking about the status of the patient, and it responded accordingly.
What did you communicate in response to that inquiry?
On the first time, Your Honor, I just said that we are in the process of doing various tests, and as soon as we have a conclusion, we shall let it known.
Okay.
But if Your Honor, you must allow me to say this, that when I said that, I had to seek clearance from the patient that it was okay so to do, which he gave me permission.
Okay, very well. On my second last question, please refer to paragraph 10 of your affidavit. Paragraph 10 of your affidavit. And annexure DKG4.
Yes, Your Honor.
And tell this honorable court the relevance, if any, of the annexures in relation to your testimony.
You know, Your Honor, during this hospitalization, this hospitalization for reasons that happened that time became a public issue, and there were public notices in newspapers and television services covering the